All right, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. That's all praise to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, right? It's the brother Aliyah from the Angels of Yahweh. I want to title this video, Proof That We Are Living in the End of the World, right? Because all the things that Yahushai told the 12 disciples, that would be the sign of his second coming. Those things are happening right now, right? So here you have a brother, bugged out, right? He claiming to be a Hawashai, right? And actually, he deleted the post now, but in the comments, he literally said, "I'm Yahweh Shai," right? But you see the verses he put. He put the verses on the screen, right? He put damn powder in his hair so he could stay white like wool, right? So this brother, he's out of his mind, right? Let's get a precept on that real quick. Salakia. Brother really put down powder in his hair and said white like wool, right? Brother, nobody's going to believe you that you're Yahweh Shai, right? Some will. Actually, you had a Muslim in the comments talking about Elohim or Elohim, right? So he don't know what's going on, right? So this is 2 Thessalonians 2:11, right? Because this brother really believe he Yahweh Shai, right? He in the comments mad at brothers for saying he bugged out, right? He talking about y'all never comment when I drop music. Brother, this is my first time seeing you. You followed me out of nowhere, and I don't know you. I just clicked your page and I seen that, right? Ain't nobody listening to your music, brother. The problem is you claiming to be Yahweh, right? That's crazy as hell, right? So this 2 Thessalonians 2:11. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie, right? And what he believe? He believes that he's Yahweh, right? He actually believes that. And it's not just him. You got other people that believe that, like Yaju, right? And other bug outs, right? Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, right? But have pleasure in unrighteousness. The truth, Psalms 119 and 142 is the law, right? Because that brother don't keep the law. The scripture said Yahweh shall wore fringes. That brother don't got fringes on, right? So how I see Yahweh shall? Let's get that real quick. Matthew 9:20 in the NLT. Just then, who had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding came up behind him. She touched the fringe of his robe, for she thought, if I can just touch his robe, I will be healed. Yahushua turned around, and when he saw her, he said, "Daughter, be not encouraged. Your faith has made you well." And the woman was healed at that moment, right? So Yahushua wore fringes. When we go back to that picture, this brother don't got fringes on, right? Right, so this brother don't got fringes on. He don't know what's going on. He just clout chasing off the Lord's name, right? Because he know you got a lot of Israelites waking up to who they are, right? So he trying to use the Lord's name, just like these Hamites be on those accounts, right? Texting brothers and sisters, asking for money, using Yahweh's name, right? This brother trying to do that to promote his music, saying he's Yahweh, right? And that goes to my point where I was going to bring out. Let's go to Matthew. Salaki for the noise in the back. Right, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, right? Because we live in the end of the world right now, right? We at the beginning of the end, right? In this verse 4, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. So what was that brother that we just showed, right? He's saying he Yahweh. Talking about white like wool with damn powder in his hair, right? So you can't be deceived by these things, right? And there's going to be many more to do that, right? You know, verse 5, Salakia, verse 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? So, and that's what we're hearing about right now. We're hearing about wars, rumors of wars, right? Let's go to, this is about the Russia and Ukraine war that been going on for a couple years now, right? But you don't just have this war. You got Pakistan and India, China getting ready China getting ready to invade Taiwan. You also have Israel versus Hamas. Israel also just struck Syria, right? So you got wars, rumors of wars going on around the earth, right? And this is not what I wanted right now. Salakia. All right, so this is the Russia and Ukraine war, right? It's an article. It says Russia's war on Ukraine intensifies as peace talks appear to at dead end, right? So they running out of peace talks over there, right? In the Russian-Ukraine war. So soon it's gonna be a point where it ain't no stopping it, right? It's just whoever comes out on top comes out on top, right? And it says Russia lost a third of its strategic bombers as talks stalled, while Moscow forces made marginal advances on the front lines, right? So the war in Russia and Ukraine is only intensifying. They've been trying to stop this war for so long. Trump been trying to stop it, right? Since he got in office, he can't do it, right? So Yahweh said you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. This is proof we at the end, right? You got people claiming to be Yahweh Shai, right? You got wars everywhere. What else the Lord said, right? It says, and ye shall hear a war, Salakia, Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places, right? So eventually it's not just going to be damn rumors of wars. Nations is going to start actually rising against one another, right? It's not going to be no damn no ceasefire agreements, none of that, right? We see the ceasefire agreements not working. No ceasefire agreement has worked this year. None of them. You had Israel and Gaza or whatever. You had Russia and Ukraine. They didn't even get to the damn table to discuss one with Russia and Ukraine, right? Or if they did, it didn't work, right? In India and Pakistan, they had broke theirs instantly. And they're still accusing each other of breaking that ceasefire right now. So we know that thing gonna kick back off. I just seen some, like, one of the, either India or Pakistan shot 6 jets down at the opposition, right? So it says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And ultimately, these tariffs that Trump is placing on everybody, this can cause famines, right? in diverse places, especially in America, right? And it said pestilences, right? It's a lot of sicknesses going around. Like the brother has showed that I think it's a new COVID strand, right? So you got pestilences in diverse places, right? And I was going to do a video on something else, but something made me do a video on this because all the signs that Yahweh Shah said to look out for, hey, it's happening right now. That's how we know we close to the return of Yahweh Shah, right? It says in earthquakes in diverse places, right? So what was it? A couple months ago, you had an earthquake that killed like 1,000 people. I seen a clip of this Shay Frost, right? He was in a hotel or whatever. The hotel started shaking, right? And I believe it was in Taiwanese or something like that. Some Ammonite or Moabite country or whatever, right? So it says and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? Why? Because you go down to verse 21, it says, "For then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be," right? Because Jacob's trouble is going to happen in the midst of World War III, right? So it's only going to get worse, right? So, and as Salakia, where was I at? "And shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake," right? So for this truth, you may have to get put to death, right? You may have to. And that goes back to this article that I pulled up earlier, right? They trying to pass Michigan anti-discrimination law would explicitly ban anti-Semitism under new proposal, right? So anti-Semitism is anybody against the small hats, against the 1948ers, right? Anybody against the people that stole our identity, right? And ultimately, you gonna stand firm for this truth. You gonna keep pushing the word, even though these laws are getting passed, right? You may get put to death for this, right? That's why Yahweh Shah said, "And they shall deliver you up." Salakia. "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted," right? So some brothers may just go to a prison or whatever, right, for teaching the word, right? And it says, "and shall kill you." And you may have some brothers that may get put to death, right? "And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake," right? And that's a good thing, being hated, right? Because let's go to Luke chapter 6. The hell wrong this thing? Luke chapter 6 and verse 26. If you're hated by a mass majority, that shows you're doing something right, right? Because the false prophets, everybody love the false prophets, right? You're not supposed to be liked. Luke 6 and 26. "Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets," right? So if you're being well spoken of, you go out there in the highways and byways and everybody just cool with you, right? You ain't doing something right. But this is the verse I really wanted. Verse, where is it? Salaki, I got hit with a damn ad that's saying, all right, so this is Luke 6 and 22. "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake," right? So that goes back to Matthew 24. Yahweh Shah said, "Blessed are you when they shall do evil things to you for his sake," right? Let's go back to Matthew 24. And ultimately, hey, you may have to get put to death for the truth. So like I had to start another video. This damn thing ended my video, so I believe we left off at verse 10, Matthew 24:10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? And like I said, that's happening right now because like just about 2 months ago or something like that, every time I would get on Facebook or whatever, I see a Eve killing her own kids in a grievous way, right? So that's happening right now. And verse 13 says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, right? So nobody's saved yet. You got to endure persecution, these wars that's coming to the earth. You got to endure the famines coming, right? You know, you got to endure all these things, right? So Lord willing, this was edifying to the brothers and sisters that may be, you know, falling asleep, right? Kind of drifting back into the world. You know, we at the end. You know, it's not time to be lollygagging around, right? We got to take this truth serious, you know? And so, hey, you got to endure the possibility of getting delivered up, right? And being afflicted, right? You may get put to death, you know? Verse 13 says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, right? So, with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And I want to say shalom to the 12 and Kwan Yasharala. Shalom.